Welcome to the vlog. We are going to be doing a readathon this weekend. I'm going to be doing a 48-hour readathon, so obviously I will be sleeping. There's just no way I could read for 48 hours straight, but I picked short books so I can read as much as possible. This is my physical stack, and I also have a few arcs that I would love to get to. They're itty bitty. For my arcs, I have Don't Sleep with the Dead, and I actually have it as an audiobook, but it's like 200 pages or less. It's really short, and I think this is a standalone novella in Nevo's kind of universe that is a queer Great Gatsby retelling. I'm pretty sure that's what this one is. I love the cover. I'm stoked to get to it. What else? Then I have, I don't remember what the title is, but it's the third book in this Beth Revis novella series. It's like sci-fi, and the relationship really reminds me, I think, of Bones and Booth, and I'm super into it. My last novella is Rose House by Arcady Martine, which is actually already out, and I just haven't gotten to it yet. And it's a re-release, actually. It was originally published, but it was originally published like as a very limited run, but it's available in like ebook and audiobook. But I still have it as an ARC, and it still counts against me for my NetGalley score, which has gotten better, but it's still bad. And then as far as my stack, my physical stack this weekend, for the ones that I want to put tabs on them so that I just have them, because otherwise I lose them. And I think I color matched really well. I love color matching tabs to covers. If you ever needed to like give me an activity to like occupy me for a long time. This one is Nefando by Monica Ojeda. It is a tech horror, and that's all I know. And I really liked Jawbone last year. And then The Colorado Kid by Stephen King. This is one of his hard case crime books. Audiobook is 4 hours somehow, so I'll get through that in probably 2. Or She's Always Hungry by Eliza Clark. I really liked, I can't remember anything today. Whatever this Eliza Clark is, I thought it was really toxic, so I'm hoping this is also toxic. And I do really wish I had the UK cover of it, but I'll take what I can get. This is a short story horror collection. And then I have Dengue Boy by Michael Nieva. This was sent to me by Astra Publishing House, and it is about a humanistic mosquito and the dengue virus, I'm pretty sure. I know it's really weird. I think the cover rocks, and I think that this is such a cute size for a book. Like, this is a standard size hardcover book. And then there's this one. It's adorable. I also want to read The City of Glass by Nevo. This is probably one of the longer ones that I have. It's just over 200 pages, and I'm hoping the audiobook from Libby comes in, because I would love to supplement, but otherwise I'll be reading this physically because I have it physically, and I don't know what this is about. City in Glass is both a brilliantly constructed history and an epic love story of death and resurrection, memory and transformation, redemption and desire strong enough to reduce a world to ashes and remake it anew. I know Nevo is like a pretty popular SFF writer and like has won awards and stuff, but I've never gotten to anything that she's written, so I'm excited to get to 2 this weekend. And then I have Untethered Sky by Fonda Lee. This, I don't think it has anything to do with the Greenbone Saga. Epic fantasy fable about the pursuit of obsession at all costs. And it looks like it's piratey, and I love a piratey story. I also have The Dangers of Smoking in Bed by Mariana Enriquez. This is a short story collection. As terrifying as they are socially conscious, the stories and the dangers of smoking in bed press into being the unspoken. Fetish, illness, the female body, the darkness of human history, with bracing urgency, written against the backdrop of contemporary Argentina and with a resounding tenderness toward those in pain, in fear, and in limbo. This collection is Mariana Enriquez at her most sophisticated and most chilling. I'm so excited about that. And we have Swallowed. This was recommended to me on TikTok by one of my mutuals, Clark Smitherman, who I also enjoyed Thrum from last year. Earth is broken beyond repair. The planet is our last hope. Humanity's first mission to the planet ended in tragedy, but botanist Jill Jones won't let that stop her from joining the second. Perfect climate, perfect terrain, perfect flora and fauna. The planet has called to Jill all of her life. She knows with bone deep certainty it's home, a new beginning for humanity. She just needs a chance to prove it. But as Jill and her team survey the planet, a mysterious presence begins to infiltrate their thoughts. With her colleagues start to disappear, it's up to Jill to uproot the planet's secrets before they consume her, her friends, and the one man she would do anything to keep. I may be misremembering, but I'm also pretty sure she's into trees. I'm pretty sure that's true. I guess we'll find out. Also, look, ugh, I'm so excited to tab things and annotate. I love annotating a book. I just don't always have the time to do it. Will I get through 10 books in 48 hours? I could. That actually sounds more doable. I don't know why that sounds so doable, but it does. I also am driving to another town to go to some bookstores with one of my mutuals, Bree. We've become friends over the last probably 6 to 8 months. She was one of my first mutuals on TikTok. It's probably closer to a year. I'm so excited to meet her. It's gonna be so much fun. We're gonna go to bookstores and just have a great time. And that's my only real plan for the weekend. And I'll have some driving time where I can listen to audiobooks since I am driving to her. And I'm just so excited. It's gonna be so much fun. I don't know if I'll show you anything with Bree, just because like if she doesn't want to be on YouTube, that's fine. But I'll try and show some other things that we do because it's probably going to be the only exciting thing that happens this weekend. Maybe a farmer's market. That's a big if. I think it's supposed to be kind of rainy and gross this weekend too. It'll probably be a lot of cleaning and maybe some baking. It'll just be a cozy weekend full of reading, hopefully 10 books. And I will update you. They're going to be really short, so I'll probably only update you once per book and then when I finish them with my final thoughts. So maybe we can keep up like a running tally up here or something. I'm just very excited to try and do this, and welcome to the 48-hour readathon. I just finished my first book. What are we at? Almost 4 hours in. I did take a break to eat dinner. This was not a very long book, but it was very odd. It was about this human-sized mosquito. She starts this insatiable hunger and wants to get revenge for her mom, and her mom is very poor, so she is trying to go to all of these rich people and just kind of suck their blood and kill them because she's carrying the dengue virus. And it's also just about like the discrepancy and like how wealthy people will just always have the advantage no matter what. And climate crisis is a big one in this one. And it was just really weird, and I don't know that I loved it. It was unique though. It was unique. That doesn't really sound like a compliment, but I think I'm gonna give this one 3 stars. It was fine. It was very odd. I think that it's definitely a taste thing. It's not necessarily a bad book. It just is not really for me, and that's fine. I also need to clean some tonight, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop in the audiobook for The Colorado Kid by Stephen King. And I think it's some kind of true crime situation off the coast of Maine, which is very classic Stephen King. The audiobook for this is only 3.5 hours long, so I should be able to finish this tonight and get my laundry done, which is like great for me. And then I guess I don't know what I'll read next after this. I think it depends on the vibe or if I'll read anything else, because I do need to edit a little bit tonight too. But this is also the new illustrated version. Should we see an illustration together? Illustrated Stephen King. I'll try and update you halfway through this one. I just kind of wanted to get through that book, to be honest. It's just not really what I was in the mood for. I just finished a really good fantasy with like a romantic subplot, and I'm just in the mood for more of that. And Dengue Boy was so not that. Colorado Kid is not going to be that either, but I'll be able to get it done quick, and I have started it. I'm like a few minutes in, and it's giving just like a mystery, not really like a Stephen King horror, and I'm kind of into it. Although breast and racism were already both mentioned, which is just like so Stephen King, and it's like, I just got here. Why are we already doing this? But I'll let you know when I have updates or thoughts, or I'm done with my laundry, which would be very exciting. I'm 70% of the way done with The Colorado Kid, and it's basically 3 journalists. 2 of them are old guys that have been at this small town Maine newspaper forever, and it's their young female intern, and they are presenting her with this mystery that happened in this town, and as they're telling it, she is trying to solve it, and I guess we're also trying to solve it, but it's very boring. It's so boring. I'm gonna finish it because I own it, and then I don't think that I'm going to collect all of Stephen King's books. I'm thinking about getting rid of some of them because like a lot of them I really didn't like and I only still have them because it's Stephen King and I don't know that that makes sense to me. Yeah, I'm not loving it. She's not great. I'm not also really not just like a mystery person, at least for books. I think that this book would also work a lot better, or I at least would be more invested if it were TV or a show or something. But I'm going to finish it and it'll be another book checked off for this readathon. I've also gotten 2 loads of laundry done. What are we at with time? We've been at this readathon for 5.5 hours now. So that means we have 42.5 hours left. Plenty of time. So this was 2 stars. I don't get the point of this. I either missed something or there's no point to this. So that's over at least, I guess. Now I'm on to Nafando, which I am much more excited about. This is the techno-horror portrait of the fears and desires of 6 young artists whose lives are upended by a controversial video game from National Book Award finalist Monaco Ojeda, who I love, who also wrote Jawbone. This should be a pretty quick read. The margins are pretty big, and there's like, I guess it's mostly in the back, but there's like drawings and stuff, so I probably won't finish this tonight because I still need to shower, but it's possible because it is only 10 o'clock. I'm probably going to stay up for a couple more hours at least, so I'll update you if I feel like it. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. Hello, we are just getting ready to drive down to Salem and see Brie and go book shopping. It's very exciting. And I'm going to start Don't Sleep with the Dead by Nevo because I need an audiobook for the drive. It's only a couple hours long and it's like in the Great Gatsby universe, but gay. So we'll see. I'm really not into the Great Gatsby at all. I actually hated it when we read it in high school and I don't know anything about Nevo. I know she's won some awards, so I'll update you at some point. You might see B-roll before I finish my book though, so I'll see you then. Okay, I just got to Salem. It's downpouring. It's absolutely disgusting out. Fall spring is absolutely over. And I finished Don't Sleep with the Dead by Nevo. I think that the hatred in my heart for the reading experience of reading The Great Gatsby in high school ruined this a little bit for me, and then it had me back again. It was very queer. The world that Nevo built was weird in just like a very fun way. Things weren't totally explained, but I remembered enough about The Great Gatsby, and also there was enough world building that I was invested, but then it lost me again at the end. It is an ambiguous ending, and it just wasn't like an ambiguous ending that I liked. It was okay. I think I'm gonna give this 3.5 stars. I think that if you really, really like The Great Gatsby and also like kind of a weird fantasy world, this would absolutely be your shit. But it was just not my shit, and that's okay. I'm now waiting for Brie. I'm here a little bit earlier than I thought I was gonna be, and she's gonna be a little bit late. I love sitting in my car. It's like the opposite of an issue. Plus I have a couple things that I need to do, so we're all good there. And then I did a poll for what book I should read next. And I know the poll's not done yet, but I might just take whatever we're at right now for my next audiobook novella situation. It looks like I'm going to be reading Untethered Sky by Fonda Lee next, which I was down for either. The choices were Rose House or Untethered Sky, and Rose House has lost twice. But it's fine. I'll read it eventually. And yeah, I'm just going to do some stuff on my phone now and wait for Brie. I am so excited. I'm back from Salem. I bought 3 books. We went to 3 bookstores and I bought 3 books. I feel like that's pretty good. And I'm almost done with Untethered Sky, but I don't think that I'm going to talk about it right now. I'm just going to wait till I'm done because I'm almost done. So there would be no point in giving you another update. But the books that I did buy, I got The Last House on Needless Street by Catriona Ward. And I've already read this. I really, really liked it. And it was only $9. This is such a good thriller. I was flabbergasted by the end of it. I think it's definitely worth a read. And this one's really exciting. I got a used copy of Knock Knock Open Wide by Neil Sharpson, and it was only $12 hardcover. And it looks brand new. I was just going to buy this new from Barnes & Noble, and this is going to be one of my favorite horror books of all time. I'm excited to have it. And I got a cute little bookmark. And then at the last place, which was not my favorite place, but it was a place that we went, is The Invocations by Crystal Sutherland. This one keeps getting recommended to me, particularly Sam and Gina recommended it to me. And it's an ARC, which is pretty cool. They had a lot of ARCs for sale, which I don't think that they're supposed to do, but now it's mine. And I'm going to keep it. And hopefully I really like it. It was $10, which Kind of crazy work for a paperback YA secondhand. Their prices were not good for this bookstore, but I still scored, I feel. Now, I think I'm going to take a nap because I'm so tired from driving. And then I'm going to finish up Untethered Sky. And after Untethered Sky, I'm probably going to go back to Nefando because that's where I'm at with the books that I'm reading. And then I will pick a new book. So I will see you then. I kind of got a nap. I did finish Untethered Sky. I didn't end up annotating it, even though I think my annotation tabs match really well. It was really good. I'm giving this like a 4 to 4.25. I'll decide later. But it's about this woman who hunts these creatures that are attacking humans with this giant bird, and she's like, it's rider or whatever, but I don't think she actually rides it. And they're a team, and she experiences just like basically a heartbreak after heartbreak. And I thought it was really good. It is nothing like the Green Boat Saga, and I wasn't expecting it to be. I, for some reason, thought she was at a pirate ship and also didn't see the bird when I got this. I just got it because it was fun to read. But I really liked it, and like, what I've been noticing for this video is that I've been struggling with novellas. I don't feel as invested as I do with a full-length book or a series, but I was invested for this one and I really liked it. I would definitely recommend. So I think I'm going to go back to Nefando, and because I have time to sit and read now. I don't know what my next audiobook will be. I think I put up another poll for that in Discord. So I will come back to you when I'm done with Nefando. So far, Nefando is very disgusting. We've met a few people. They're all like getting interviewed, but there's one person in particular that is writing a book, and the book that she is writing is disgusting. It's about two sexually deviant 11-year-old boys, and they're very sexually deviant. That is for sure. I am disgusted. But I'll get back to you when I have thoughts. I am this far into Nefando. It's about halfway. And I thought this was going to be more about the video game and the video game making process, but we are getting interviews from, I'm assuming, the people that made the video game. It's very unclear. And I'm assuming the police are interviewing them, and we get like a crumb of information about the video game. It's barely mentioned per interview or like per chapter of interview, but mostly we're getting these people's backstories, which is less interesting to me. Their backstories are all kind of horrific. It's a lot of child abuse and some child pornography, and I don't love that. I really don't. We shall persist because I am halfway done with it and I would like to finish it. It's also taking me longer because I'm not like loving it, but I'm at this point determined to finish it. I really don't think that I'm going to get everything that I wanted to, but I might wake up early tomorrow so I can read as much as possible, because I really wanted to read the 10 books I had picked out, which is, you know, insane. See what happens. I'll get back to you. Good morning. I finished Nefando last night and then I just needed to go to bed because it was a lot. I was expecting a techno horror about a fun, scary video game, and that's not at all what this is. It's mostly about these things that I don't think that I can actually say, but it was just this over and over and over again. And then we got like 2 chapters of the video game that also had these things in it sometimes. I'm just not reading it. I don't know. It's definitely horrific. Like, the horror is there, but it wasn't really what I wanted. And I don't think that this cover really does it justice. The next thing, I don't know where I put the book. I just looked for it, but I'll be reading Swallowed. I'm pretty sure a tree in this one, I took a picture of it. Dedication is for everyone who looked at a particularly nice tree and thought, wait a minute, why he kinda... And that's insane. That's insane, and I'm so excited. This is exactly what I needed after Nefando, because I just need something fun. I need to both hee-hee and ha-ha. So that's what I'll be doing, and I'll let you know how it goes. Now I'm in the same spot, and I showered. Crazy, I know. And I finished Swallowed. This book is absurd. It was exactly what I needed. It was so much fun. The plants are like, they want to touch you. They want to take you, you know? And the girl is connected to a planet in a way that's kind of a spoiler, but she's connected to it. So it's just been not hurting her, but hurting everyone else on her crew. And there's smut scenes next to horror scenes next to, they're all there together, so they have to work together, so obviously they're fighting. I love it. I love Meg Smitherman. She is just this very specific genre blend of romance, sci-fi, and horror that I love, and she does it so well. I read Thrum last year, really liked it. And I think I like Swallowed even better. I can't wait to check out more of her things. I highlighted so much in it. This is the dedication, if you were wondering about that. It made me giggle. And I think it's the reason I picked up the book in the first place, actually. There's a character that calls two other characters Tweedledum and Tweedleslut. I had to put the book down. I was laughing so hard. That's so funny to me for some reason. I think, either put down Rose House last night or didn't tell you I started it this morning. I can't remember anymore. The problem with reading all of these short books all at once is that they're starting to blend together a little bit of like where exactly I started and ended them. But I did put Rose House down because I just needed something fun after Nefando. So I will be picking that back up now. I can tell you what it's about. I'm also going to be making breakfast bars, and I'll show you that just so that it's not just me talking to the camera this whole vlog. But Rose House is about an AI house, and there's a body inside of it, even though the owner of the house has been dead for a while, I think, and no one can actually get into it. The only person that can get into it for a total of a week has to figure it out because it's the only person that's allowed in this house. And there's people on the outside trying to figure this out too. And I'm intrigued. I'm excited. I really like A Memory Called Empire, so I'm hoping it's similar vibes. It sounds more creepy than like pure sci-fi, but I'm excited, and I'll update you when I have thoughts. Okay, I have started Rose House, and so far it's pretty much what I told you. It's an AI house, and she gets this call from the police because there's still this rule or this thing the AI has to follow that if there is a dead body in the house, it has to alert the authorities. So she has to go back and figure out what happens. She's like the only one that can get in, or the house basically like annihilates you. And it's very creepy. Obviously there's a dead body in a house that nobody's allowed in. That's just a creepy premise. And then there's like reporters and like the press plus other detectives outside of the house trying to figure out what's happening. And I'm liking it so far, but I definitely like A Memory Called Empire better. I was kind of expecting that. I'm going to finish Rose House, and I'm going to listen to it. And while I'm doing that, I'm getting married in August, and we need to do our save the date still, so I can show you this much. Wow. And I need to put them in the envelopes. I have most of them in the envelopes actually. And then I've done the address labels, both like the return and then the sending address labels, but now I need to close them. And I'm not licking hundreds of envelopes, so I'm using a wet paper towel and a cup of water because I'm not doing all that. I will get back to you when I'm probably done. I think that this is going to match up pretty well in terms of how long this is going to take and how long the rest of this book is going to take. I'm also drinking a strawberry lemonade poppy, if you were wondering about that. I don't think they're that great, but also like I have one every day. I don't know. It is what it is. Breakfast bars in the oven, very excited for those. And I finished Rose House. It was good. The AI was super creepy. I really liked that aspect of it. I could totally see Arcady Martin writing some kind of like sci-fi horror situation. I would be really into that. I did have a little bit of trouble concentrating and like staying invested, and I don't know if that's because I've read so much in the past couple of days at this point, or if I just wasn't that into it. And I want to get to like 2 more books, I think, before I call it for this vlog. The next one that I think I'm going to pick up is The City in Glass by Nevo. I've had this for a minute, and it would probably be good to get to it. And the premise sounds really interesting. It's about both this relationship between a demon and an angel, and also the demon's investment in this city. I don't know that it's necessarily like romantic. I do think that it's like toxic romantic. So I am excited for that. And hardcover novellas always look so long, but this is like just over 200 pages, like barely over 200 pages. I don't think it's going to take me that long. I do think the bars are going to be done before I can finish this, but I'm going to get a good chunk of the way through, and then I will update you when the bars are done with however far done I am with this. those bars I don't think are set yet. I'm hoping that's what the issue is. And once they cool down, because they're still pretty hot, they'll be firmer. But I am like halfway now done with the City in Glass and I'm enjoying it. But I'm again having the issue where I'm a hard time being invested in the characters. We're mostly following the demon Vitrine, and we get a few moments with her that I really like. There was one in specific where she interacted with one of the townspeople and had him draw for her different things that he saw in the town, because she can't keep track of all of the little moments of just things, little things that he saw over the year, and she would meet him once a year. But then when he died, because obviously she's like immortal and she was interacting with a human, he had caught her in different forms and drew her as well and gave it to her when he died. And then she realized that she didn't have a picture of him, and it was like, oh. And we keep seeing the interactions with her and the angel, and they're very toxic, and the angel's like not, like it's not a good angel, and they're kind of like cursed to be together forever, even though that's not really what they want. But they're also having this like weird attraction with each other. When I'm saying it out loud it sounds good, but it's just like not super keeping my attention. But it is so short that I'm going to push through and try and finish it, so I will update you when I finish it. I finished The City of Glass by Nevo. It was fine. I'm giving it 3.75 stars. It was like a really solid story, but it felt a little bit like removed or clinical in the way that it was being told. And I just don't love that in a fantasy. That's fine for me in like a horror book because I kind of get it. Just not in a fantasy for some reason. Also, all of this praise, not for this book. I hate that. R.F. Kuang, not for this book. Samantha Shannon, not for this book. Zen Cho, not for this book. Olive Blake, not for this book. Nobody's giving praise to this book. I didn't hate it though. I'm just being salty about the concept of having blurbs about not the book that they're blurbing on a different book. It annoys me. Anyways, now I'm going to be finishing Last Chance to Save the World by Beth Revis. This is the third novella in this like sci-fi rom-com series where it's basically like she does a heist and pulls one over on him, and he's like kind of with the authorities and from like a rich planet, and she's from like the slums, and just trying to, you know. I just ate this up. I did not want to talk to you while I was reading it. I just wanted to finish it. This was so fun. This is our third heist, I think, but we got a lot more of Ada's backstory this time, and I really like that. We're getting a little more character development, and I love these characters, so I'm excited about that. Ada kidnapped Ryan in the very end of book 2, and now they're trying to make sure these like nanobots are not going to hurt the environment but help it instead by like doing this heist at this big like release party for these bots and reprogram them. But obviously Ada has like 3 ulterior motives, and there's all of these moving parts, and they're both trying to get one up on each other. And I think that at some point Ryan is going to have to beat Ada and win, but I don't know how that's going to happen. But this was so great. This was 4.5 stars for me. No complaints. I loved it. And that's it for this vlog. That's what we got. I think I read 9 books, and thank you so much for being here. Give me a planet emoji for Last Chance to Save the World if you made it this far, and I will see you for the next vlog. Bye!